Okay, we are on lesson 20. We're going to look at some applications for rational numbers. We're going to start off with investments and performing operations with those rational numbers. So what you're going to need is a calculator, definitely, because you're going to be doing some work with some large numbers, lesson 20 worksheet, and optional, if you have a spreadsheet program like Excel, you could recreate this using an Excel spreadsheet. All right, so our first scenario is college investments. Justin and Adrian deposited into an investment account for 5 years. They hoped the money invested and the money they made on their investment would amount to at least help pay for their daughter's college tuition and expenses. The account they chose has several benefits and fees associated with it. Every 6 months, a summary statement is sent to Justin and Adrian. The statement includes the amount of money either gained or lost. Below are semi-annual, twice-a-year statements for a period of 5 years. In addition to the statements, the following information is needed to complete the task. First of all, every statement, there's an administrative fee of $15 to cover costs such as secretarial work, office supplies, postage. And if there is a withdrawal made, a broker's fee is deducted from the account. The amount of the broker's fee is 2% of the transaction amount. So, the task is using the above information, semi-annual statements, register, and beginning balance, do the following. You are to record the beginning balance and all transactions from the account statements into the register. Determine the annual gain or loss as well as the overall 5-year gain and loss. And determine if there's enough money in the account after 5 years to cover $30,000 of college expenses for their daughter. Write a summary to defend or refute your answer. Be sure to indicate how much money is in excess or the shortage that exists. So, and then last, answer the related questions that follow. So, to get started, you're using a register. A register is used to organize a series of transactions. Your parents probably have one if they have a checkbook. Starting with the beginning balance, you are to fill in the description of the transaction and the amount. If a transaction is an investment loss, withdrawal, or fee, then the amount is recorded in the payment column. Sometimes a loss can be represented by using parentheses, such as a withdrawal or subtraction of $607.29 would be put in parentheses, or sometimes people use color, and it's typically red, used to show a loss or a subtraction or withdrawal. If the transaction is investment gain or deposit, then the amount is recorded in the deposit column. So to obtain the new balance, we subtract the payment amount or add the deposit amount from the balance on the preceding line, preceding meaning the line before. So record the new balance and use that balance to complete the next line. So let's do the first 6 months together. Looking at the statements given, find the one for January 1st through June 30th, 2008. The investment gain or loss is $700. So we're going to fill out the first 2 lines of the ledger. So they give you the beginning balance of $20,000, and the expression is just that. $20,000 is an expression, it's a value. So for the first one, January through June is a gain on the investment, which means it's a deposit of $700. And so our balance is $20,700. And how did we get that? That's where the expression comes in. You would write $20,000 plus $700. So it's important to write the expression in the last column so that you can understand where the new balance is coming from, because there's really no work being shown from this point to this point. So this is just to review kind of how we got the new balance. So next we need to apply the administrator's fee for the first 6 months, which is $15. So since it's a fee, we write in administrative fee, and the $15 goes under the withdrawal, or the credit. Which means now we have to subtract the $15, which gives us $20,685. And how did we get that? The $20,700 minus 15. So you're going to continue doing this on the ledger. Remember, if the amount is in parentheses, then it is a loss. Continue until you get to July 1st through December 31st, 2009. Then you're going to stop and check your ledger. So go ahead and pause the video and do the next ledger entries until you get to the end of 2009. All right, so you should have finished up to 2009. And this is what your ledger should look like. You had another gain on investment of $754, then the administrative fee, then you had a loss, and then you had another administrative fee. So showing this, your ending balance should be $21,359.50. All right, notice for July 1st through December 31st, 2009, in that statement there is a loss of $17.41 and a withdrawal of $500. So remember, when there is a withdrawal, we need to record a broker fee of 2% of the withdrawal amount. So to find the broker's fee, we need to find 2% of 500. So you're going to write the percent as a fraction out of 100 and then multiply the fraction to the transaction amount. In this case, it would be 2 out of 100, because that represents 2%, 2 per 100, times 500 can be reduced to 1 over 50 times 500, which, when you write that, is 500 over 50, which is then 10. So we have a broker's fee of $10 that we need to be subtracted. So go ahead and complete the entry for July 1st through December 31st, 2009, and then check your answer. All right, so this is what it should look like. You have a withdrawal of $500, a broker fee of $10. You also had a loss on investment of $17.41. And of course the administrative fee of $15. So all of these are separate subtractions. You have to do each one separately, and again write the expression that shows how we got the new balance. So if you did your math correctly, you should be right now at $20,817.09. So does it matter the order of the entries? You know, if your order of entries, does it matter if it doesn't match the example? Well, no, it shouldn't, because commutative property of addition. If the total is not the same, we need to check our calculations. Now, you might be saying, well, wait a minute, commutative property of addition, these are all subtraction problems. But if you think about it, again, this is $21,359.50 plus a negative 500. So it doesn't matter that even though we're doing subtraction, we can do these in any order, because we can call this plus a negative 500, plus a negative 10, plus a negative $17.41, and plus a negative 15. So in that case, when you think of it that way, then it doesn't matter which order we do this in. All right, so go ahead and finish the ledger entries and then check your answers by continuing the video. So complete all the rest of the entries until the end of the 5 years and then continue. All right, so there was quite a bit to do, so here it is, all the way to December of 2012. And again, check your math, and you should end up with $28,118.59. All right, so the second part was to determine the annual gain or loss, as well as the overall 5-year gain or loss. So let's take the beginning balance and compare it to the ending balance at the end of 2008. What is the difference? Well, the beginning balance was $20,000 and the ending balance was $21,424.38, which means the difference is $1,424.38. So the total gain would be this for 2008. So you would record that in the annual gain-loss summary. And here's an example. So for 2008, here's the gain or loss, and the expression that represents that is 21,424.38 minus 20,000. So finish the ledger entries and then check your answers by continuing the video. And this is what you should have. For 2009, there was actually a loss of $607.29. For 2010, there was a gain of $406.38. Then another gain in 2011, and another gain in 2012. So now when you're done with all that, you take the numerical expression for this would be $28,118.59 from here and subtract it from the beginning balance of $20,000, and that gives you $8,118.59. Now, you could have also, your numerical expression could have been adding this plus a negative this plus this, this, and this. So either way would work. All right. So how do you find the annual gain or loss for each year? Well, you would subtract the beginning balance from the ending balance. If the beginning balance is smaller than the ending balance, then the difference is a gain. If the beginning balance is larger than the ending balance, then the difference is a loss and written within parentheses. So in what year was the greatest gain, and in what year was the greatest loss? Well, the greatest gain was in 2011, and the greatest loss was in 2009 because of the withdrawal of $500 and the losses on the investment. So how does knowing the overall gain or loss assist in writing a comparative conclusion? Well, once you know the gain or loss, you can find the ending balance. Since the ending balance was not at least $30,000, there was not enough money to cover the college expenses. So using the 5-year total gain or loss figures, write an expression using positive and negative rational numbers that can be solved to find the total gain or loss. And this is exactly what I was talking about earlier. So this number plus a negative plus equals, and then you can just change it. This would be a negative 607 plus all of these. So using commutative property of addition. So now answer question 7, summary to answer the question whether there is enough money to cover the college expenses. Again, make sure that you just don't write one sentence. It should be a short paragraph making your claim and then providing evidence as to why there is or is not enough money. So you would start off by saying there is not enough money in the account at the end of 5 years to cover the college expenses, but it is close. They needed at least $30,000 in the account to cover expenses, and there's $28,118.59, leaving a shortage of $1,881.41. And you could also go back and say that the biggest cause of this was the withdrawal and the loss of investment, or you could even just state that one of the years showed a loss. So now answering the related questions, then check your answers by continuing the video. All right, so you should have answered the following questions. Let's see how you did. So for the first half of 2009, there was a $700 gain on the initial investment. Represent the gain as a percentage of the initial investment. So if we want to know what percent out of 100 that 700 is out of 20,000, we can use our cross multiplying and do 20,000 times x equals 70,000. And when you divide that, you end up with 3.5%. Based on the gains and losses, over what time was the investment not doing well? Well, again, just looking at your chart and making some observations. So investment was not doing well in 2009. There was losses on the investment for both halves of the year. And $500 was taken out of the account. And you can make as an assumption as to why you think that happened. And then for part C, Jahim and Frank were working on finding the total amount of investment after 5 years. As a final step, Jahim subtracted $150 for administrative fees from the balance he arrived at after adding all the deposits and subtracting out one withdrawal with the broker's fee. For every semi-annual statement, Frank subtracted $15 from the account and for the administrative fee. Both boys arrived at the same ending 5-year balance. How is this possible? Well, again, he took the $15 and multiplied it by 10 since there was 10 statements. And if that's the case, then 10 times 15 is 150, and so you could take that all at the end. And Frank just did it $15 at a time. So both ways produce the same result, reducing the account balance by $150 overall. All right, based on the past statements of their investment account, predict what activity you would expect to see. And again, based on, this is just using evidence, which you will have to do on the standardized test. So using evidence of tables or graphs and then making a prediction. So I predict the account will continue to produce gains. The gains have been around $900 for the past 4 statements, so I predict that it will be about $900 again. Since it decreased by a little bit the last time, there was a $909.71 gain the last time, and if you take away $15 for administrative fee, the balance would go up by $885, and so it would be $29,003.59. So you could come up with any prediction, but at least this prediction has some evidence surrounding it, so that's why this would count as a viable prediction because they provide the evidence for it. Then using your answer from Part D, if the daughter's college bill is due in September, how much money do you estimate will be in their investment account by the end of August before the college bill is paid? Well, the investment could gain more money. Right now it's about $900 per month. If you divide that by 6, because it's in 6 months that it will be due, it equals $150. So for each month would be $150. So for July and August, you'll earn another $300. So there might be about $29,300